Shalom. I like to say all praises unto Yahweh Bashem Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that's laboring, to all the brethren out there who's out there, making videos out there on highways and byways, teaching the elect, Shalom. So this is just a quick video in regards to we're approaching the Passover. Today is March 19. We have a couple more hours till sundown approaching, and this marks the beginning of our new year, and this is a solemn day, man, because this was the day, over 3,000 years ago, almost, 35, a little bit under 3,000 years ago, when the Lord, he delivered us out of the land of Egypt, from bondage under Egyptians, man. And what we're looking forward to is, part two, the Passover part two, where the Lord saves us from this bondage that we're in, this current bondage, that we're in, under the hands of the modern day Egyptians, which are you Edomites, here in America, and wherever we dwell, that's what we look forward to, man, and this is Jeremiah 16, and it started at 16 and 13. Therefore I will cast you out of this land to a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there you shall serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor. Yeah, and that's what's happening with us right now. Why people is being murdered on the streets, from the hands of police, rednecks, just catching hell, man. Not being able to maintain a proper income, home, finances, being plagued with diseases. That's all judgment of the Heavenly Father, man. According to Deuteronomy 28, 16 to the 68th verse, that explains why we're being cursed, because we disobey the law, statute, commandments of the Heavenly Father, man. Therefore, behold, the days come to the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, from all the lands whither he had driven them. So you see, the north is referring to North America, man. Isn't that what this continent is referred as today? The North America. It says, from all the lands whither he had driven them, because Israel is scattered throughout all the earth, into various lands, from the east to the west. We're in all lands throughout the four corners of the earth, and if your line goes back to the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, down, going down to Issachar, through your father's side, then you're Israelite, but not all Israelites is going to look like, Shaph, with dark skin, woolly hair, or, look, or have the features of a Latino or a native, Some of them are going to look like East Indians, Chinese, and wherever they were scattered, but we're going to know through the Spirit and through prophecy, man. And the Lord's going to save a lot of them out of these lands, man, these foreign lands, and bring them back into the fold, because we're lost sheep, man, who don't have a shepherd. Who's the shepherd? Yahweh Shai, man. He's going to guide us and bring us back to the, unto the Father. He's going to bring us back into the barn. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them. And that's what we're doing right now. That's why there's so many camps throughout the world, mainly through Great Millstone, you know, using via the internet, the modern day Urim and Thummim, Psalms 19, you know, where it says that line's been sent throughout the whole earth. That's referring to the internet, man. I'm just briefly paraphrasing, but that's referring to internet, and the internet is what woke up many of us, man, because during the 90s you had men like Arya, and prior to the Arya you had elder or high priest Yaquab, Masha, King Masha, they were out there teaching in the 60s, 70s, Abba Bivens, men like that, and a lot of Jake woke up, but they end up going back to the world, man, and it wasn't that time, for Israel. It wasn't that time, or they weren't of the elect, because if many of those people who came to that school back then, if they were of the elect, then we would have been saved out here, and they had limited resources, man, because we weren't all throughout the different states and the globe, back then, so now we have the internet. We're able to broadcast our message in different lands, throughout all of America, throughout Europe, throughout South America, throughout Central America, throughout the islands, throughout, all over into the four corners, man, Asia, and we're not just teaching our people who they are, but we're also condemning these heathen, man, telling them, what's going to befall them, what's their future, man, yeah, man, and also, we're just here, we're keeping the Passover, but we can't even keep it perfect, because even today I was grabbing a couple of stuff in the grocery store, just to prepare for the Passover, and it's like, the stuff we're buying, is full with, all kind of chemicals that's bad for our body and stuff, and it doesn't matter if you try to buy so-called organic and all that stuff, it's not gonna do us. Even if you try to buy organic and stuff, it's all laced with all kind of different chemicals. You try to buy a flatbread, and like or you try to buy even bread and flatbread, some of them have yeast, some of them may be contaminated with pork, because Esau, he likes to put pork into everything, to try and mess us up, all kind of things, man, and it just vexes your spirit, man. Let me get Judges 5 and 11, because we're just practicing the Passover, we're not able to actually sacrifice, lambs and goats unto the Heavenly Father right now, like for the most part we have to go to the grocery store, and buy all these items, from our oppressors, man. We're just practicing, for that great, for the great day of the Lord, man. Then, everything's gonna come naturally, man. It says Judges 5 and 11, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts. And it says they that are delivered from the noise of archers, that's talking about, this World War III that's coming, man. And the place of drawing water is referring to our captivity that we're in, here in America, in the North America, Canada, wherever where we once dwelt. Our people are in captivity. Our people were in servitude, man. That drawing water, that's us. That's another way of describing servitude. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, in the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. So we're practicing. We're not gonna keep. We're not gonna have it perfect. Because the law is perfect, man, and we're in a wicked society where we're not able to keep the law fully. because if we were to keep the law, then we would be going against this society. Because if we were to do certain things that's required of us in the law, we'd be in prison. We'd be all kinds of stuff, man, would reach us. We're basically where we wouldn't be able to function in this world, man. So you have to use your common sense. It says, "Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove." So you have to know what you're getting into, man. This is a thing that's based off of faith, first and foremost, man. That's what the Lord looking for, man. He's looking for your works. And what's your faith without works? You're not going out there highways and byways. You're not making videos. You're not doing nothing toward the contribution of the temple, of the spiritual temple, of the building up of the elect. Then the He's not dealing with you, man. But this is just a quick lesson, about to get ready, leave out, and this is going to be a powerful Passover, man, and there's going to be more judgment, into this new year, man, because this is the real beginning of the new year, not in the dead of winter, man. And this was the time when the Lord was born, and the time when we were delivered out of Egypt. So this is a serious time, man. So with that, I'd like to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Shai, double honors unto the apostles and men of great millstone. Peace and blessings to all their brethren, throughout the different camps who's out there teaching the word. And may the elect, be sealed, man. May we receive salvation, because this place is grievous, man. We hate this world, man. The scripture says, "Love not the world, man." And it says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad," because that's all we experience in this world, man. So, I'd like to say, Shalom, man. Kwame Charlotte.